What if the reason that we stop doing certain things is not because of lack of discipline? What if the real reason is because we do not have the right kind of challenges? My name is Irmina, and today we're going to talk about challenges, but not just the kind of challenge that makes you go and fight or try to win against someone else. Challenges that actually builds relationships with yourself. For some of us, competing with other people can feel unnatural because it feels like it's pulling us away from who we are and who we are becoming. When I talk about challenges, I am talking about something that is fundamentally different than what most self improvement challenges talk about. Usually, you hear things about beating a score, beating someone, beating previous level, personal record, pushing harder. Even this term, which I'm not quite sure I understand when you're doing a challenge for yourself, win at something. As if you don't accomplish it, you actually lose when the effort itself is a win. There's nothing wrong with uh, these challenges, these achievement oriented challenges. In fact, I think some people need that, and sometimes we even need that occasionally. But what I'm really talking about when I talk about challenge is something that is more of a relationship that we're having with ourselves. I'm going to introduce the term sensitive free spirit, which I've talked about in my other videos in the past a lot because I have a book specifically around that term that I coined back in 2019, I believe was the first time I wrote about it. Sensitive free spirits are what some people would call highly sensitive, not just moderately, but extremely sensitive, empathic. But the other two components is spirituality, highly spiritual, and um, a need for spiritual autonomy or sovereignty. What
Those
these
are the
challenges do is they keep us motivated in the long term. They're micro challenges. They're not necessarily um, discipline focus, although discipline is required, but because they are geared more toward the relationship that we're having with this thing, whether it's to write more, to move more, to um, finish an education, to connect with people more, whatever the thing may be. These micro challenges enable us to maintain the relationship with this thing that we're trying to accomplish. Um, the one thing I want to say that's I think is also unique to this group of people is that these challenges work better when they're sacred and secret. Not
I
everybody
tend
needs
to
to know that you're planning to travel or you're planning to make your exodus out of this country or whatever. Not everybody needs to know all of your business. And these micro challenges that you line up along the way to get you from A to B, the more sacred they are, the more secret they are, the better chance you have to have them root. And why is rooting important for this sensitive free spirit? It's important because we can be so easily distracted into other areas that if it's not deeply rooted and we're not deeply focused on it, we may find ourselves doing another project very easily. The other thing that can happen is the moment we take these challenges and put them in the public realm, they stop being a personal challenge and they become more of a performance challenge or a challenge for other people to see. And I think in the long run, keeping certain things private protects their integrity. They're less likely to be influenced. Now, there are times it's important to share with people. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying this is an all the time thing, but there are some challenges, though, in order for them to stay true to us and for us to stay focused on whatever that inner goal is and that integrity is, it's important for us to just keep it quiet, keep it sacred, keep it
also
personal.
my life.
Challenges don't exist for us to prove to anybody else. And I'm sure many of you who are watching this may go, yeah, I've always felt like this. Like you recognize this as truth for you, not for everyone else. It's just the truth for you. And for us, they exist as a way for us to deepen our relationship with ourselves. So as long as we remember that each revolution of these challenges gets us to know ourselves better, because that's what we came here to do. And that's unique to our needs, not necessarily what everybody else is experiencing. So that's all I have to share today. I want to thank you for staying this long and for watching the video. And please do subscribe or click a like, and I will see you next time. Happy journey.